I've lived in the District of Columbia my entire adult life. I got married here, I bought my first and only house here, I had 2 children and raised them through DC public schools. I love the city and I'm really committed to it, and I want to make sure that everybody who is here has the chance to enjoy the city and succeed.
I think it really is critical to have an organization like the Fiscal Policy Institute that really cares about and thinks about the interest of people who have oftentimes not received the full measure of justice.
It's also very, very important to have a voice to speak for the people whose interests aren't often addressed, are often overlooked.
They make our job both easier and better. And I think when people consider legislation that's successful, if it's predicated in part on their research and their data, we should thank them.
The goal of the DC Fiscal Policy Institute is to make sure that everybody in the city has the fundamentals that people deserve, like good housing and a good job.
What they do is they provide reliable, honest data that we can look at to see whether what we're planning to do actually makes sense. That's helpful to the people of the district.
We do that by starting with research that identifies the challenges facing the city, like jobs that don't pay enough or housing that costs too much. And then we work with partners and policymakers to devise solutions, and we hold DC government accountable in making sure that we're addressing and tackling those challenges that families face.
They are intensely progressive in the sense of economic justice. They're pivotal, to my mind. I don't know that we have many groups that present us with the same research and data and honest information that we need.
So they've really been a real catalyst in terms of leading conversations and informing public policy when it comes to what the challenges are for people living at or below poverty and what the solutions are.
One thing I'm proud of is the work that we've done in recent years to help the city address the terrible crisis of family homelessness. And not only to help families once they became homeless, but to prevent families from becoming homeless in the first place. One of our recommendations was funded almost immediately and went into effect recently. And in its first year, it helped over 900 families avoid becoming homeless, a 90% success rate.
Another area where the Fiscal Policy Institute really played a leadership role was in the motivation and agitation behind the creation of the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. That created hundreds of millions of dollars for affordable housing in the city.
For those of us who want to make more than just a press release out of what we do, who actually want our programs and our policies to work, they should know that we rely on groups that we have found reliable in the past, and the Fiscal Policy Institute is one of those groups, maybe even the premier group.
At the DC Fiscal Policy Institute, we're trying to make sure that everybody in the city has the opportunity to succeed and have a secure future for themselves and their children, and that's what we fight for every day.